Hello everyone. Today we're going to rebuild this website using Alpine JS. It's a very simple website. It only has a big button to toggle the menu. I built this website using MVP.css to give it a little bit of a better look. So the code for this is just one main section. We have h1 with the title, then we have the button, and beneath that we have the menu with all the items in it. So the button has an ID, it's toggle button. The menu has an ID, it's menu. By default we don't display it, display none. And in the script tag at the bottom we query select the toggle button, add a listener for the click event. We find the menu and we check if it display is none. If it is none, we set it to block. If it is not none, we set it to none. So if we click the toggle button, we change the display of the menu, which is this element right here. So let's dive into Alpine. First, let's install it. This is the Alpine GitHub. You go to github.com/alpinejs/alpine. You can scroll down and there's the install section. We can select the latest version via the CDN, which is Alpine version 2.x.x. If you want to use it in production, it's better to pick a specific version. At the time of the video, it's 2.7. So let's just take this and add it to our website. So that's done. We've installed Alpine. Let's get rid of this JavaScript because we don't need it anymore. And go to the website, see what happened. Nothing changed. Unless we click the button, nothing is happening. So let's add Alpine to this main component right here. We can do x-data. Then we add a JavaScript object to the value of it. So we can add key show. We set the value to false. Now we can get rid of this display none. So we're going to add x show. We're going to say it should equal the value of show. So what we've done here is by adding x data to this element, we're telling Alpine that main is an Alpine JS component. The data of the component is this JavaScript object. We have one key that is set to false. The name of the key is show. We can use this throughout the main component. And what we did here is using xShow, we can bind the value of show to display or hide this element. So this div right here. So let's refresh the page. It's still hidden, which is expected. And we can change this false to true, refresh the page, and then it is shown. So that's how Alpine JS works. You set data on your element, then all the children, so this h1, the button, the div, can all access the data of the element. So instead of the menu, we could add this to the title as well, and set the value to false, so it should not show. Refresh, and the title is also gone. Let's revert that, and let's start with false. We don't want to display the menu by default. We can also get rid of these IDs. And what we can do now is add an event listener to the button because we want to toggle the menu when we click the button. So because Alpine is working on everything in the main, right here. We can add something to this button as well. We can use the add sign to tell Alpine that it should listen to events. And we can say add click, which means that if a click event on this element is fired, we're going to execute this piece of code. And let's set show to true. We refresh the page and we click the toggle button and the menu is shown because we have set show to true. But if we hit it again, it's not going away unless we refresh the page. That's what I did, that's why it went away. So let's, instead of setting it to true or false, let's just invert it. So show equals not show. So if it is true, we set it to false, and if it's false, we set it to true. By default, it's false. Once we click it, show is set to not false, which is true, and then the div will be shown. Let's try it out. Alpine JS demo, toggle menu, let's hit the button, and it is showing. Let's hit it again, and it is gone. So that is the short intro into the X show of Alpine JS. I hope you found it useful. See you next time.